I've just bought this 2-bedroom terrace house in Bristol with the aim of renovating it myself over the next 8 to 12 months to be my first home. I've got zero experience, so if you like watching DIY renovation channels as much as I do, here's another one to throw in the mix. It's no palace, but there's plenty of potential. You've got the lounge and dining room downstairs and a single-storey extension with a kitchen and bathroom. Then upstairs 2 bedrooms with 1 ensuite bathroom. So when you come in the front door, you go down the hallway. First room is the lounge with lots of shelves in it. Back into the hallway, straight through into the dining room. Main room of the house. Doors out to the garden. So yeah, opposite the entrance, you've got the door to the kitchen, which takes you through to the extension. In here, you've got the kitchen. Pretty gross. Through the kitchen, you've got your first downstairs bathroom. Again, pretty gross. Pretty gross. Shower as well. This will all be changing. Then back through the main dining room. Between the dining room and the lounge, you've got the stairs, which takes you up to the first floor landing. And then left, you've got the master bedroom. With a cupboard in the corner with a water tank in it and some gorgeous artwork. Back across the landing, you've got the second bedroom, which is currently where I'm sleeping on the floor. View out to the garden, and then ensuite bathroom with no door. Again, shower, toilet, sink, window out to the garden. And that's pretty much it. And then there's the loft space through there. So if you go out the double doors in the dining room, that takes you out to the garden with some very overgrown bushes. So around the corner of the house, you've got a big shed, completely destroyed decking, planters everywhere, lots of stuff basically. Another little shed at the back. This big tree, which is huge. The garden actually goes a bit further back because the depth of the shed's actually quite big. Okay, so I'm in the master bedroom and I'm going to pull up all the carpet, see what we're working with underneath. I'm hoping there's going to be semi-good condition floorboards that I can sand and varnish and make look really nice. I've had a little peep in the corner and it's definitely hardwood flooring pretty much throughout the house, but the condition of it I'm not sure about, so let's find out. So at some point that radiator has leaked. Oh, that's literally rotten. And gone all the way through. I'm hoping it hasn't gone and damaged the joist too much. But we're about to find out probably. Oh, there's a fireplace. Stone. Oh, that's slate or something. Right. Here we go. Stop don't know how well you can see that on camera, but the floor slopes pretty heavily all the way from the door to the front of the house. And then it's the same on this side. And from the end joist seems to held up better than the rest because it's actually been, it almost looks like it's been pushed up. The camera's above where one of the joists is, and you can see how bowed the floor is over that joist. So the top of the stairs has quite a weird landing. So you can see that this was the original landing, and then they've added this pine box section onto the top, and it makes it, I mean, it feels like a bit of a trip hazard. I've had quite a few people in here who have all almost fallen down the stairs because you have a sort of half landing, half raised landing. And I think it would make a lot more sense to return it to the original and hopefully just have one level that then steps up into each room. Either that or just have a much wider raised part. But the fact that this is new pine compared to the old floorboards makes me think I'm going to take this up and see how that feels. Oh, yeah. Why won't that come out? There we go. Yeah, so now the stair's been removed, that pine step that was at the top. So the landing feels a lot better. There's this hot and cold water pipe running to the radiator in the master bedroom, which I'll have to route underneath this floor, which isn't too difficult, but the annoying thing is there are two big holes in each side, so I'll probably have to fill those, paint them, and have, I think it'll look all right with white there, and then varnished floorboards on top. So one of the first big jobs I've got to do is remove all the wallpaper from all the walls in the house. The whole house is covered in the same wallpaper. It's that proper textured stuff like my grandparents used to have and probably other people's. And annoyingly, it's really well put on the walls. Like none of it's actually falling off because sometimes you can just rip a whole sheet off. But this is really well applied, so I think it's going to be a nightmare to get off. People say it takes forever. I bought a wallpaper stripper steamer thing, and whoever lived here before me left me one of these, which is, if you can see, it's got these, there you go, you can see that. It's got these tiny wheels, and you basically score the wall, you go crazy on a wall like that, and it helps the steam get in. So wish me luck. So I'm in the master bedroom and this radiator needs removing and eventually replacing because it's leaking. But I just want to remove it and then put some end caps on it and leave it. Also interested to find out if there's any sort of fireplace behind there. There's a piece of slate sort of hearth on the floor. I don't know if that's slate. But I'm not sure whether there'll be anything behind this. I don't really know whether I'd want to reinstate a fireplace in the bedroom or not. But either way, the radiator has to go. I'm trying to remember how to do it. I did a 5-day introduction to plumbing course before I started this, and I did it once then, and I'm trying to remember. I've watched a YouTube video, I think I know how to do it. It turns out I definitely didn't know how to do this. So what I'm doing here is confidently explaining to camera how to detach a radiator from the wrong end. Not only was this the wrong end of the radiator, but I hadn't fully switched the valve off, so water started flowing out at full pressure. Oh my god. That's so much water though. That's absolutely flying out. Oh god. Hang on, how do you... Dude, that's such high pressure water. Oh my god. Oh my god, the tray's gonna spill, the tray's gonna spill. Hang on. This is not working. Shit. And you get the idea. Why does that like... I'm worried that the water's not fully off at this valve, but it must be. Surely that's like... Unless, oh no, it definitely was not off. That's off now. Right, we go again. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I then spent the next 45 minutes thinking I was draining the water from the radiator, when really it turns out I was essentially trying to drain the whole of the Wessex water supply. Oh my god, this is going on forever. I'm not going to be able to carry this bucket down. Alright, everything I've said up until now has been incorrect. This fiasco went on for quite a few hours, but what I eventually ended up doing was turning the water off at the stopcock, attaching a hose to the lowest point of the heating system in the house, and draining it into a drain in the garden. This meant all of the radiators in the house were empty and I could remove the radiator. Yes. Oh, that water is... That looks like chocolate milk. It's so dirty. Oh, bloody hell, that weighs a ton. Hooray. 6 hours later, he's got the radiator off. Woo. I then fiddled with the water tanks in the loft so that they wouldn't refill, put some end caps on the pipes where the radiator used to be, and spent the night freaking out that every noise I heard was a radiator bursting at the seams. Like and subscribe to see if I blow up the house next week.